Hello everybody, it is the Dark Conservatarian, and sorry for the lackluster light as I am recording this at night right now, but screw it, I have a lot of things that I want to say about Super Bowl 55 that I just got off of watching with some friends right now. And might I say, long and short of it, that game sucked. Like, as you can see right there by the hat, I was rooting for the Chiefs all the way, mostly because I don't have a problem with the Buccaneers, I just have a problem with Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady just has an insufferable personality to where he comes off as highly unlikable. And plus there's the whole thing of him cheating one of the past Super Bowl games and whatnot. But yeah. But aside from Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, I think that game was a result of both the referees being biased against the Chiefs and for the Buccaneers, and the Chiefs were not playing so well. We're having a poor performance. It was a combination of both poor performance on the Chiefs and bias on the referees. Like, I even read an article from the Kansas City Star of where that they were explaining that it was a record amount of points, long and short of it, that Buccaneers had won because of foul called on their opponents, or something along those lines. So yeah, that speaks wonders. It speaks a whole lot right there. But in spite of all that, aside from, like, for example, the referees, they kept on flagging the Chiefs because of the fact that they kept on rushing, like distracting, blocking, or even tackling the catchers for the Buccaneers. The people that Tom Brady was trying to pass the ball off to. They kept on calling flag for that, and I was all like, is that really against the rules to be distracting, blocking, or even tackling catchers? I mean, that in of itself seems like bullshit. But not only that, on top of that, also, whenever that the Buccaneers gone tackling the Chiefs catchers, they did not flag them for that shit, so it's just outright hypocrisy on the referee's part. Like, fuck them. Just fuck them for that shit. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons as to why I'm disappointed about this game. It seemed kind of nerdy. But yeah. Anyway, even outside of that though, I'm also a little bit disappointed in the Chiefs. Like, Tyreek Hill, he almost got kind of squandered, or I don't know, his performance wasn't as good as it was in the earlier parts of this NFL football season. So that's one thing. Jones, number 95, like, he was the biggest spoil sport, or he was the most poor sportsmanship like of the entire game. Jones, 95, he was a Chief, and if I recall correctly, he was like laying blows on one of the Buccaneers. He ended up punching or hitting one of them, and I was all like, dude, stop it. You're putting a bad image on the Chiefs. Like, I wanted that guy benched. I was so close to just shouting, bench him, for just making the Chiefs look bad. Yeah. And Matthew was number 32, if I recall correctly. He got ripped off. Like, he was the main person who was like blocking or distracting or tackling Buccaneer catchers. He was the main person who got flagged for that stuff by the referees. And I pity him. I pity Matthew. He got ripped off by the referees. And that just makes me sad. Buccaneers, they did play all right, but I don't know if they played exceedingly well. I think it's more of a matter of the Chiefs playing exceedingly bad. Like, Kelsey, he was pretty much a team player, but Mahomes, he did all right for what he was given anyways, but at the same time, I felt like that there were times of when that he was being too hesitant to pass the ball at the later parts of the game. At the later parts of the game, it seemed like he was too hesitant, but at the earlier parts of the game, it seemed like Mahomes' own teammates wouldn't help him out. Like, at the bare beginning of the game there, Mahomes, he was getting rushed and distracted by Buccaneers players. Now, I'm not saying I will admit I'm a bit of a layman when it comes to football, so I do not know official football rules, but I'm still going to give out my opinion on how I see things. But the way I saw it, his teammates weren't helping him out. His teammates should have, kept the Buccaneers at bay that were trying to, rush Mahomes. All the Buccaneers that were charging at Mahomes when he was about to pass the ball off to somebody, to kind of distract him, make him hesitant on throwing that ball. They should have helped him out. They should have blocked the Buccaneers, but they didn't. Why? I don't freaking know why. They just weren't being team players at that moment. And finally, when they did start to try to be more team players, Mahomes it seemed like he was being too hesitant to pass the ball. Now, I hear that part of the reason as to why he was performing kind of poorly, Mahomes, is because he had a broken toe or something like that. I thought that he had already recovered from that, but I guess not, and he was suffering with that throughout the entirety of the game, or a good portion of the game anyways. And one part of when that he suffered a blow to the head to where that he got a concussion or something like that, or at least one of the people who was watching the game with me was alleging that anyways. I don't know that for certain. But anyway, I think that was pretty much all I wanted to say. All I gotta say is, I guess, good game, Buccaneers. But fuck you, Brady. I still do not like you as an individual. And no hard feelings to the Buccaneers as a whole team. I still don't like your quarterback. I still don't like Brady. And I gotta say, Mahomes, Chiefs, practice up better. Teammates of Mahomes, Chiefs, please cover your quarterback so that in the future we can play better. Please. Thank you. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Super Bowl 55, I was hoping that Mahomes be spanking Brady as a turn of phrase, but unfortunately that did not happen. So, it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Y'all have a good night. God bless. See you later. Bye-bye.